Hey history buffs, today let's dive into a fascinating chapter in US history that you might not have heard much about. It's called Operation Intercept, a 1969 US-Mexico border operation aimed at stopping the flow of marijuana into the United States. Alright, let's set the stage. It's the late 1960s. The counterculture movement is in full swing. Rock and roll, anti-war protests, and yes, a significant increase in drug use. President Richard Nixon had just taken office, promising to be tough on crime. And one of his first targets? The rampant use of marijuana. Enter Operation Intercept. Launched on September 21, 1969, it was a massive anti-drug operation involving the U.S. Customs Service and other federal agencies. The plan? To inspect every single vehicle crossing the U.S.-Mexico border, and I mean every single one. For 19 days, border crossings turned into hours-long waits. Imagine sitting in your car for up to 6 hours just to cross the border. Not fun. The goal was to disrupt the marijuana supply chain by catching smugglers in the act. Now here's where it gets interesting. The operation was successful in some ways. It did manage to seize significant amounts of marijuana and put pressure on smugglers. But it also had some unintended consequences. For one, it severely strained US-Mexico relations. Mexican officials were furious, and let's be honest, who could blame them? The operation also caused economic disruptions. Border towns on both sides suffered due to the delays and increased scrutiny. Eventually, the operation was scaled back, and by October 11, 1969, it was pretty much over. But the legacy of Operation Intercept lived on. It was one of the earliest large-scale attempts to curb drug trafficking and set the stage for future operations. So, was Operation Intercept a success or a failure? That's up for debate. It did bring attention to the issue of drug smuggling, but it also highlighted the complexities and challenges of border enforcement. And there you have it, a quick look at Operation Intercept. If you enjoyed this video and want more historical deep dives, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Till next time, keep exploring history. The operation was not just about seizing drugs, it was also a show of force. The US government wanted to send a clear message that drug trafficking would not be tolerated. However, the economic impact on local businesses was severe. Many border town residents felt the pinch as their livelihoods were disrupted. Protests erupted, and diplomatic meetings were held to address the growing tensions. Both US and Mexican officials had to negotiate to find a middle ground. Despite the challenges, Operation Intercept did set a precedent for future anti-drug operations. It laid the groundwork for more sophisticated and targeted efforts in the years to come. The lessons learned from this operation were invaluable for shaping future policies. Historians continue to debate its effectiveness. But one thing is clear, Operation Intercept was a pivotal moment in the history of US drug enforcement. It highlighted the delicate balance between security and economic stability. And it showed that while the intentions might be good, the execution can have far-reaching consequences. So, next time you think about the war on drugs, remember Operation Intercept. It was a bold move that left a lasting impact on US-Mexico relations and drug policy. Thanks for watching, and stay curious about history.